Hello everyone. Good evening. How are you all? I hope you all are in pink of your health. This side Payal from Bathinda and today we are going to learn science in this class. In fact, one of the most interesting topic of science. Okay, so shall we start? Are you all ready? Okay. So the name of the topic is no. I don't think I have to tell you. Okay, so you yourself has to guess what is the name of the chapter that we are going to do today. So, okay, I am going to show you few things from which you have to guess the name of the chapter. Right? So, shall we proceed? Okay. So, first thing is this, like what I am having in my hand. Can anyone tell me? Yes, it's a water bottle made up of steel. Right? Okay. What is this? A pencil, wooden pencil. Right? Okay. The next, a rubber in the form of an eraser. So, and few more little things. Let me show you. A ring. In fact, a silver ring. So, with all these things, can you guess the name of the chapter? Steel, wooden, silver, rubber. Any guesses? Any guesses? Yes? Yes, you are absolutely right. We are going to do today and non-metals. Right? Okay. So, metals and non-metals. So now the question arises that what are metals and what are non-metals? I know we all have seen many metals in our day-to-day lives, in our home, like for example, yes, copper, aluminium, zinc, silver, gold. What are these? These all are metals. And what I am having in my hand? A chalk. What is chalk? Is it a metal or a non-metal? Okay, if I say that it is a non-metal, how do you believe? You can also ask me, no, ma'am, it's a metal. Yes, so do you think? So there are few properties by which we can distinguish between metals and non-metals. Okay, so today we are going to do physical properties. So what are physical properties? Physical properties are those properties which are visible to us from outside. Like I am tall or I am short or I am fat or I am thin. How do you come to know I am thin? How do you come to know? By its physical appearance. Right? So there are many properties, but today we are going to learn 5-6 properties that tell or that distinguish between metals and non-metals. So okay, come on. So the first property that we are going to do is luster. L-U-S-T-R-E. Class, don't forget we are learning about physical properties, right? So the first one is luster. So now what do you mean by luster? Luster means shine. So the metals, okay, just wait. So what I am having in my hand? I am having a wooden pencil. And another thing, is it a metal? Or is this a metal? You have to check its shiny appearance, shiny surface. So is this shiny or is this shiny? Yes, this is shiny, right? So, generally, metals are lustrous. Right? As we are studying science, so there are exceptional cases. There are always exceptional cases. So, now we can say that the things that are lustrous, whose surface is shiny, those are metals. And the things which do not have shine in them are non-lustrous, are non-metals. But do you know that iodine, it's a non-metal, but iodine being non-metal is lustrous, right? So I hope you all understood the first property, luster. Okay, now moving on to the second. So can I erase this? Okay. Now the second property is sonority. Sonority means that are sonorous. Sonorous means they produce sound. So, okay, let's take an example. I say that non-metals are sonorous and metals are non-sonorous. Do you agree? Some are saying yes and some are saying no. So, okay, let's check. So, here I am having a chalk, okay, and another piece of chalk. So, these both are non-metals. So, you have to check, will they produce sound after striking with each other? Are they? Are you getting? Are you listening? No. Okay, now take in another example. I am having a ball with me and an iron nail. Now I am going to strike the surface with each other. Is it producing the sound? Yes, these are producing. So what do you come to know from this property? From this experiment? Basically a normal general thing, that metals are sonorous and non-metals are non-sonorous. Right? So the second property, right? So the second property, that was metals are sonorous, whereas non-metals do not produce sound. Is it clear to you? Okay, with this, moving on to the next property. So these are the physical properties, dear. The first one was lustrous and the second one was sonorous. I am having the lesser space, so can I erase this heading? Thank you. Okay. Now the third property, hardness. Now, what do you think? What do you think? Hardness. Are metals hard or soft? What do you think? Okay, here it is a metal. This is a metal, right? So, is it hard? Okay, no. Can we cut it with a knife? No, absolutely right. So, metals are generally hard. They can't be cut with the knife. But as I told you, in science, exceptional cases are always there. Now, it's your homework. You have to name two metals, or you have to find two metals that are so soft that they can be cut It's your homework class. You have to find out. I know the answer. I can tell you, but I just want to check like if you are interested. Okay. So metals are generally hard and non-metals are soft. So what about in case of carbon? Have you ever heard about diamond? You know, diamond is a form of carbon and it is the hardest known substance. So which is the hardest known substance? Diamond. Right? So this is also one of the exceptional case. Okay. Now moving on to the fourth. No, don't worry. Don't worry. Only two more to go. Are you all enjoying or getting bored? Okay, now we are going to discuss the two most important and new properties. Like these properties आपने फिर भी कभी सुनी होगी, but these properties are really new, right? So I am going to divide it with the line fourth property and fifth property. The fourth one is ductility and the fifth malleability. The fourth one is ductility and the fifth one is malleability. Right. So what is the meaning of ductility? It is a property, beta. Generally, it is a property of metals. Right. It is a property of metal by which it can be drawn into wires. So, ductility is the process by which metals can be drawn into wire. Okay, let's take an example. Drawn into wire. Okay, let's take an example. This is, what is this? Wooden pencil. Okay, so now I want to remold it and reshape it in a thin wire. So what we can do? We can strike it with a hammer. So do you think will it become so thin that it can be drawn into wires? Do you really think so? Okay, so it's not possible because when we strike it with hammer, it will break, right? And what about in case of silver and gold? We have seen copper wires at our homes, है that conduct electricity, and we are having gold. Mama used to wear gold ornaments that are also made up of very thin wires. So generally, metals are having the property of ductility. It is a property of metals by which it can be drawn into thin wires. Are you all getting? Okay. Malleability. Now what about malleability? By which it can be bitten into thin sheet. So again, it is a property by which we have to modify and remold its shape to make it in a thin sheet. Okay, so let me give you an example of this. Okay, I know you all are well aware about the aluminium foils in which mama wraps chapati or stuffed yummy pranthas for you. Okay, just give me a minute so that I can show you. 1 minute. So here we go. Foil. It is the property of metal by which it can be bitten into thin sheets. So aluminium is a metal and we can make very thin. You all are well aware about the silver sheets, or we can say silver work that we use on sweets. So these all are what? These are metals, and with the property of malleability, we can beat it into thin sheets. Right? Are you all getting bored? Okay, we are going to wind up. I will not let you to get bored anymore. So the last property we are going to wind up with the last property, that is conductivity. Okay, now can you tell me what is conductivity? As the name indicates, conduction means flow of charge. Okay, have you ever heard like when electrician visits our home and mama used to say, don't touch the wires with the wet hands, or you should use sleepers, plastic sleepers or wooden blocks. Why? Because wooden blocks and plastic, these all are non-metal and they are poor conductor of electricity. They don't allow electricity to pass through them. And in case of metals, metals are good conductor of electricity. That means they allow electricity to pass through them, right? So we should be really very careful about using these home appliances or home wires. So we should never touch wires with the wet hands, right class? So these are the you can say main 6 physical properties of. You should use sleepers, plastic sleepers or wooden blocks. Why? Because wooden blocks and plastic, these all are non-metal and they are poor conductor of electricity. They don't allow electricity to pass through them. And in case of metals, metals are good conductor of electricity. That means they allow electricity to pass through them, right? So we should be really very careful about using these home appliances or home wires. So we should never touch wires with the wet hands, right class? So these are the you can say main 6 physical properties of metals and non-metals by which you can distinguish between them. So there are several chemical properties also, how they react, how they make products and many more things, but that we'll discuss in the next class. I hope you all enjoyed and learned what we did in this class. Thank you and have a nice day.